Welcome to Hearing Loss Live in 5.
Good morning and welcome to Hearing Loss Live in 5. We hope you are remembering to subscribe, like, and share. We have put a playlist together for support groups, and hopefully, this is where you're at. The goal with this is for support groups to have a place to maybe watch a short video and then engage in conversations. We're thinking places like Hearing Loss Association, local chapters, say what club, even adults with late Association of Late Deafened Adults. There's Julia stumbling over her words first thing. One of the workshops we had this last couple months has been around incidental hearing, also called incidental learning, which is what young kids are their teachers are taught about how that works with deaf and hard of hearing. I think some of that's in our blog and some of our podcasts, so you can look that up. But we had an interesting chapter meeting around incidental hearing. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is anger with miscommunication that happens with incidental hearing. Anger can happen when you think the person you're talking to with the hearing loss understood, and the person with the hearing loss thinks they understood. And then a little later comes to find out nothing was clear, right? It was a complete misunderstanding. And for some reason, and this is self-experience as well, as I told Shelley before we started, it causes some anger management. And I think hearing loss gets the blame for that. And I don't think that's right. I don't necessarily think the hearing loss should be blamed. I think it has to be evaluated better, right? This is a situation, if you got angry, you probably need to sit down, whether you're the hearing person or you have a hearing loss or you both have a hearing loss, because I think it even happens then when spouses both have hearing loss and they think they understood each other and they don't, right? Maybe it's time to sit down and evaluate, why is it making you angry, so that you can kind of weed out the weeds, for lack of better words. Shelley, some of your thoughts on that?
Yes, and incidental hearing is not only just miscommunication in that way, but it's missing side information that people think we got and we didn't because they weren't using the three golden rules. And the three golden rules, in case you don't know it, is get my attention before speaking, face me the whole time, and be within 6 feet. And to give an example of exactly what Julia's talking about, there was something my husband and I discussed one day while I was doing the dishes, and he had his head in the refrigerator. And I swore I heard it one way. He said it another way. Luckily, we didn't do the anger thing that time, but it does happen sometimes because we're in a bad mood. Maybe the mix-up was so bad it's completely different days on what we were going to do or something. So, but the anger, like Julia says, needs to step out of it, and you need to evaluate. And when I thought about that, I was like, well, no kidding. I am not going to understand my husband when I'm doing dishes and his head is in the refrigerator. That's where it happened. And that's that incidental hearing that we don't have anymore. We can't hear hearing off on the side like that. We need the face-to-face communication to make sure the correct information comes through.
I love that. So we hope you take this to maybe your support group and discuss some ideas. Can you ask more questions? If you're maybe alone in a situation and you don't really have a hearing buddy, as we call them, I think kind of everywhere, can you ask more questions? Do you know to ask more questions? Can you repeat what you heard, even if you think you got it right? How to take the anger out of it? I think that's a question mark that you can work together. for those times that you think you understood and you didn't. That sorry, my alarm always goes off and scares me, and it's never heard on the calls. So you guys know on Buzzsprout why I'm freaking out. So take some questions and think about it together. If you haven't, download our 3 golden rules. We say put it on everything, put it on your fridge, keep it in your group support meeting, put it on the wall at your office. It's a great sign that helps others with and without hearing loss help you. And by helping you, you end up helping others have better communication outcomes. Hope that makes sense. That was a lot of a roundabout. Have a great day. Bye.